Sonic the Hedgehog's much beloved Genesis trilogy has never been known for its deeply engaging boss battles, but today I'd like to take your hand and talk about them one by one. Let's start with Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Emerald Hill Zone. This boss has been ragged on since '92, so I won't be spending much time here. Robotnik safely drives from the right side of the screen to the left, and then from the left side of the screen to the right. He, like every subsequent encounter, takes 8 hits to destroy. But wait, there's more! After the 7th hit, he shoots the drill peering out of his bumper towards you. Riveting. Chemical Plant Zone. The hardest part of this battle is avoiding falling through the floor on either side of the screen. You run into the boss room at breakneck speed, so an unsuspecting player could easily be halted when the screen suddenly locks and fall through. What the hell, dude? Anyway, the actual fight can be beaten before it even has a chance to attack. You see, Robotnik sits stationary in his cockpit while he sucks up the blue chemicals into a cup and proceeds to drop it on you, but you can easily bounce on him 8 times before his cup is even filled. Aquatic Ruin Zone. As soon as you reach Robotnik, 2 large totem poles with 4 heads each rise from both sides of the screen and will shoot arrows at you. The arrows fly into the other totem poles for you to jump on and gain the extra height to hit them, which is especially stupid since only the bottom tote's arrows are low enough to actually hurt you. You don't have to use the arrows to destroy them, however, as before the poles rise, a well-timed jump can get you on the top head where you can easily bounce off the Doctor in a pretty consistent rhythm. Just make sure to jump as he strikes the totem pole you're standing on with his big hammer. Casino Night Zone. This one seems to be a fan favorite from what I could gather, but personally I'm really not a huge fan. You use the ramps against both walls to try to achieve some sick momentum, launch yourself in the air, and try to land on Robotnik's head. I mean, it's a cool idea, and it makes sense considering Casino Night's level is all about pinball gimmicks, but for fuck's sake, I can never seem to land on him easily. All the while, the idiot drops these spiked bombs that, when they explode, shoot out 2 separate goopy balls that fall off screen. Goopy balls. There are some bumpers and flippers that I really never use, and maybe that's my problem. They seem kind of impractical, but hey, I'm the one here sucking. Hilltop Zone. Oh, fuck. I honestly don't have too much to say on this one. It's very similar to Marble Zone's fight from the first Sonic game, except Robotnik is in a submarine-type Eggmobile and blows out fire towards you, rather than him flying around dropping fireballs on you. Like in Marble Zone, the fire spreads across the platform it touches, this time there being a single platform surrounded by 2 pools of lava. There are 2 platforms to the left and right side of the screen, but when the screen locks, hardly any of it is available for the player to land on. I kind of imagine that the Doctor is using a lighter and aerosol spray to shoot that fire at you. Oh, and if you jump over the fireball but land in the spray that lingers, it actually doesn't hurt you, which is kinda strange, but whatever. Mystic Cave Zone. This is one of the tougher fights of the game in my eyes. I guess that's really not saying too much at all. He's decided to use 2 drills this time to cut through the mystic minerals off screen where stalactites can fall and damage you, along with rocks that for some reason do not. Not sure exactly how it works, I imagine it's RNG, but from my couple run-throughs of the boss, 10 to 14 stalactites can fall in a single session. It may look daunting, but it's not very difficult. After he comes back down, he'll move in a horizontal line towards you. You'll be fine, good buddy. Oil Ocean Zone. Again, not too much to talk about here. There are 2 platforms on either side of the screen, and Robotnik will send a robotic appendage to shoot 3 lasers at you. If the laser touches the top of the platform, it'll catch a light and send fire towards you, similar to that seen in Hilltop Zone. The idiot then comes out of the oil doing fucking nothing for a few seconds, giving you the chance to easily knock in 4 hits, perhaps even 5 if you're Sonic enough. Apparently I've only recorded 1 encounter, so I can't show you the 4 consecutive hits because, well, I'm too lazy to record anymore, but trust me, it is easily doable. He then sends a nice slicey appendage in your direction, and out comes the lasers again. He'll peer back out, and the battle then loops indefinitely. Metropolis Zone. Firstly, I'd like to say that I do, in fact, agree with most of the fans here, as I fucking hate this zone with a passion. Well, that's not true, but it certainly drags on too long. My least favorite zone in all of classic Sonic for sure, except maybe Marble Garden from Sonic 3, but that's really more of a personal gripe. Anyway, I think that this zone's boss is quite novel indeed. Robotnik has 7 balls which he slaps around the Eggomatic in an attempt to knock you out. Every move he does is very easy to avoid, and at the end of his attack pattern, he moves to the center of the screen and gives you the chance to hit him at least once. Every time you hit him, one of the balls will break, and out comes a fake Robotnik, which is harmless. You do have to land a hit on it before Robotnik comes back for another round. After all those balls are destroyed, he goes to the top left or right of the screen and zaps 3 lasers in your direction. Hit him once more when he comes down and you're home free. This is a very easy boss for a very difficult level. Wing Fortress Zone. I'd say this one is definitely more interesting than the others. I'd also say this game is pretty good. When you finally enter the ship, you run into a room with 2 lasers beaming down, blocking your path, while a third lethal laser starts tracking you inside. All the while, 3 damn spiky platforms come down and start circling around the room. Trying to avoid the spikes' intricate movement patterns can be quite tricky, and you'll need to keep the timing of the laser into consideration too. It's not super difficult, but very engaging in my books. Death Egg Zone. Oh. Well, we've done it. We're finally at the last level and have reached the final boss, Silver Sonic. That's what I've always called him, but his official name was apparently still up for debate. This isn't really what the video is about, but apparently the US manual didn't name him, and he looks and acts very similar to Silver Sonic from the Game Gear version, so that's what many fans are calling him. That's what I call him as well. All you naysayers can go cry in your pie. Anyway, he drops down right in front of you, curls in a ball, and spin dashes to the other side of the room. While he's in ball form, he is 100% lethal, so you have to wait until he is upright to bash his robotic skull in. Recently, I've seen many people spin dash in place to try and damage him, but personally, I've always just consecutively bounced on top of him. You do have to hit his head at an angle as to avoid the spikes, but it's very easy to get at least 3 hits in, if not 4. Now let me tell you, it feels so good to get 4 hits in just before he curls up. You gotta try sometime. There are 2 bullshit variations of his spin dash though. He can trick you into jumping right into him, as he'll jump while in ball form every now and then, and very late into his attack cycle he'll shoot 8 spikes across the room while jumping. It sucks, dude. But to be honest, I'm not sure how many players even know about this attack. You'll destroy him way before he tries it. His patterns are easy to recognize and memorize, just be careful as you have no rings. Now you've beaten Sonic 2. Congratulations, as Silver Sonic is the final boss. But wait, who am I kidding? He's fucking not. As soon as it's over, you give chase to Robotnik and he jumps into his giant robot made in his image. And holy balls is Robotnik fast, which makes no sense whatsoever, except one thing. One of my brother's best buddies shared his opinion on the matter a few years ago, and it's just Sonic toying with him. Sonic's obviously much faster than Robotnik, he's just giving him a chance for fun. Thwarting Robotnik is fun for Sonic, and seeing his giant creation is half of it. So, I don't know if that makes sense, but now that that's cleared up, let's get on to the battle. Many people bitch and moan about this battle, and I can kinda sorta see why. First of all, you just beat the easiest boss in the world, Silver Sonic, without rings, and now you have to defeat another boss with no rings. And if you do die, you have to redo the previous battle. But his attack pattern is even easier than Silver Sonic's in my opinion, it just takes much longer. First, you wait for him to walk a few steps forward, freeze, fly away, then run out of the way as he tries to land on you, hit him, dodge his arms, he shoots at you, rinse and repeat. It's fucking boring, sure, but you can't complain that it's very difficult. Besides, timing your jumps just right, you can easily defeat him in 2 attack cycles. It's honestly pretty gratifying to be able to hit him so many times before he even has a chance to attack, especially since it takes even a little bit of effort compared to every single encounter beforehand. There's a glitch that people talk about where, if when you attack him when he drops, you can clip right through the hitbox and die, but it only happened to me once or twice in recording, and I was actively trying to trigger it. I don't think it's really a glitch though. If you clip through, you're just coming in above the hitbox. I could be wrong, but from the data that I've garnered, that is my prognosis. Ran out of things to say about him now. Well, when he drops down, if you're somehow behind him, he'll drop 2 bombs that, again, is ridiculously easy to avoid. Knock him 12 times and you're home free. I agree it's a shit final boss, but it's not because he's difficult. Well guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Tune in next time and you might enjoy the next video. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more, and then also remember to like the video. Thanks. Have a good night.